G'day, Andrew Murray here from the Apartment Specialist. Welcome to our channel. Today we've got Jesse from the team, the Apartment Specialist team, one of our top salesmen.
How you doing?
Cool. Now today we're talking about, it's pretty obvious I think, pets. So this is Kondo. Look at the camera, Kondo. Anyway, this is Kondo. He's our team mascot. He's obviously named Kondo because it's the American name for apartment. And he lives with me in an apartment complex. And so I thought it appropriate for me to introduce you to him, but I think he's getting a bit bored of sitting on my lap, so I'm just going to put him down. Anyway, so when it comes to pets, we get a lot of questions about it, and people moving to apartments, a lot of people do have pets. And, okay, of apartments that are already built, how many apartments, on a percentage terms, allow pets and how many don't?
Of existing stock, I'd say 90% wouldn't allow pets, sorry. Yeah, it's a common question I'm always getting asked by first home buyers, owner occupiers, which is where the apartment market's heading. So it's just coming up more and more. Okay. But it is a real problem because 90% aren't allowing it.
And so where do you see the future going though? What's happening with the off-the-plan stock?
Well, off the plans is good. Like they realise that there's a demand for occupiers and they want pets. So most off the plans will actually allow it. You're already seeing body corporates change as well. I've seen about 3 body corporates for buildings that we're working closely in the last 2 years change their rules to allow pets. Yeah.
Because I think it's actually restricting values. If you actually change your being allowing pets, I think it actually helps the values of your overall building.
Absolutely, yeah, we've seen that firsthand.
So when we're talking about pets that are allowed, what are we talking about? Because, pets range from, look, I'm going to exaggerate it, to ponies, to goldfish. Like, what are we talking?
Yeah, well, it's funny you say goldfish. Like, there's even a building that's banned goldfish because there's an owner that had an aquarium and it broke and damaged about 3 apartments below and cost the body corporate tens of thousands.
Or just flooded water all the way through.
Yeah. So you can get it to the extent of banning goldfish. In saying that though, like the buildings that do allow it, it's generally a small dog or a cat or some sort of pet that won't affect the quiet enjoyment of the other residents. It'll be hard to get a Rottweiler, a Great Dane or something like that in the apartment block. Okay.
And then the newer apartments, are they probably allowing this or?
Yeah, with. Again, the developer, the difference between off the plans is you're going to be putting in an application with the developer compared to putting an application with the committee. It's a lot easier to get past the developer because I don't think they would care that much. So just make sure that you put it in the agreement. Yeah,
so you probably could get a large dog in.
Yeah,
I've seen Labradors and all that kind of thing being let in.
Definitely.
Interesting. Okay, so when we're talking about pets and we're talking about, how do you do the application process, right?
Yeah, so let's say you found an apartment that you really liked. You'd make an offer subject to getting consent from the body corporate. You put through an application.
Okay, and what, you just send in and go, hey, I'd like my dog Ralph to be allowed?
A tip would probably be, market your pet a bit. Put a picture in there, tell them a bit about it, and obviously explain how it won't disturb the quiet enjoyment of other residents.
Okay, so really pull the emotional strings is what I'm hearing from that.
Yeah, definitely.
Put a nice photo in.
You've got to sell your dog.
Yeah. Talk about how it's so well behaved and all that kind of thing. Yeah. Okay, is there a difference between pets, i.e. a cat's easier, a dog's, what about different sizes of dogs?
Well, yes, definitely. Like cats and small dogs are always going to be easier. Yeah. Again, it just goes back to whether it's going to affect the quiet enjoyment of other residents or not. If you bring
noises, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. If you're bringing in something that yaps or, a pet that yaps, or a big dog that's going to be a security risk or anything like that, it's a very slim chance you'll get through. But your little Frenchies, your cats and stuff, it's a completely different story.
So the key thing, as you said, is always check. You reckon there's around about 10 to 20% chance of that you're there of buildings? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, definitely. And that's with existing stock. If you look at the stuff that's getting developed, most of them are pet friendly. Again, to be safe, make sure that you put it in the agreement so you're not going to have any issues once it's built. But yeah, with existing stock, it's a lot harder. With off the plans, it's a lot easier.
I suppose from a developer's point of view, they want that apartment sold.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they're most likely going to be very lenient.
Yeah, and you're dealing with a developer. You're not dealing with the committee that already live there. So
so you might be able to get that pony in.
Yeah, probably not a pony. But yeah.
Anyway, I hope that's helped your sort of view on pets and apartments. And I think the key things that we sort of talked about is, when you've got a pet and you're looking at having a pet in an apartment, make sure you put a condition in your sale and purchase agreement. So that means it's been checked with the committee first.
Yeah, just be diligent. Yeah,
because we've seen families come and move with a pet and they find out that little Frito or Frido isn't allowed in, and the whole family's distraught, and some move out because a family, it's like a member of the family.
Yeah,
I know Kondo is pretty important to me. So anyway, thanks guys, thanks Jesse for your time.
no worries.
Okay, any questions, please put it in the comments below. And next week we're going to talk about how to make sure you don't buy a leaky building. Now this is actually a pretty big concern in our market, and it's something, in your view, do you think most purchasers do properly or kind of a bit average?
Probably not. Yeah, you got to be a lot more careful than what a lot of purchasers are being.
Yeah, because apartments, if bought right, are very good assets to purchase. But a lot of people just don't do the due diligence. We'll be covering that next. And yeah, thank you. Thanks for your time again. Cheers.